I was very depressed when I first came into WJCS. I was very stressed out, had a lot of anxiety. This is something I've been struggling with for a very long time, a majority of my life, I'd say. Things at home were a bit rough. My father really emphasized that me and him were the only normal ones in the family. And with that came a lot of pressure to not verbalize that I had troubles of my own. So I kind of just, shut everything out and just kept it internal for the most part. So about a year ago was when I had first started college. My father had pressured me to get a job, and I would have to support the family. Things at home got more and more intense. My father would, he would drink a lot more often. He wasn't physically abusive. It was mostly mind games or verbal abuse. I was like, I can't do this. This is way too much. And I can't be in this house anymore either. But it wasn't up until I was all on my own where I had realized this was all of my life. My dad being abusive and drinking and not being there for me growing up. And that was extremely overwhelming for me to experience and realize on my own. And so getting to school was a challenge, waking up was a challenge. I had become suicidal. Taking the MTA to school was a challenge. Really what it was difficult not to fall into the temptation of there's a speeding train coming down and there's an idea of a quick release of pain, so to speak. And in my head, because the train is fast, it'd be painless to just, go onto the tracks and end it all. WJCS being there for me was a window into myself because what I had done to cope with my troubles at home was I would focus on everyone else, not care about myself. Coming into psychotherapy was like my time for me to acknowledge myself and what's happening. WJCS has taught me how to take the reins and control of my own life, live by myself and be independent. And I was able to recognize that people in my family are also human. I still love them even though I suffered a lot with them. If it wasn't for the support that WJCS had provided for me, I'm afraid to say that I wouldn't be here today, actually. There are no words to describe the power that therapy has on anyone. And WJCS being able to provide that for people like myself shows that there's always hope, no matter what happens. And here I am, knowing myself fully who I am today and what I want to do and the great things I would like to achieve.